In this episode, we are diving deep into buttons, the small but mighty heroes of every interface. Not just any buttons, but buttons that glow, react, and feel alive. We'll go step by step, starting with something familiar, then gradually increasing the excitement until we reach the finale, the magic button. And the best part? We're not starting from scratch. Nope. We're using our already existing structure from part 1. So all you need to do is open up that old project, and we'll just plug in these new buttons. If you missed part 1, don't worry, I've dropped a link in the description for you. Make sure you check it out, because all the interface setup and the glow effect base class we created back then are exactly what we'll build on here. This is our foundation. Our base folder. Our little sandbox that makes everything else possible. So in short, if you already did part 1, great. Open your project, and let's get straight to adding these cool new buttons. If not, pause, rewind, and prep your project. Or just sit back, relax, and enjoy this part while I show you all the awesome stuff we're adding today. Alright, ready? Let's dive in and check out these buttons. Let's begin with the first button, the Pill Glow button. Imagine a capsule-shaped button, soft, inviting, and instantly recognizable as a primary action. So let's start with the needed class. We'll explain after the creation. This structure isn't just convenient. It's how the rest of the series works. Every part from now on will follow this same pattern. Once you have this base, adding new effects, new button types, and even more advanced animations is fast, fun, and keeps your project organized. This class creates a pill glow button by combining three ideas: a custom shape, a glow animation, and small interaction feedback like hovering and pressing. Let's walk through the important parts step by step. First, the class itself. By inheriting from Glow Effect base button, we're not creating a new control from scratch. Instead, we attach a visual effect to a normal WinForms button, which keeps everything lightweight and reusable. Next come the public properties. These are the tuning knobs of the button. Pulse speed controls how fast the glow animates. Fill color, border color, and glow color define the visual style. Border thickness and glow size control how bold and soft the button feels. Because they're public, you can tweak the look of the button without touching the core logic. Now the attach method, this is where the magic starts. Here we prepare the standard button to behave like a custom control. We remove the default WinForms borders and background, switch everything to transparent, and apply a bold font. We also hook into mouse events to react to hovering and clicking. On hover, the glow becomes stronger. On mouse down, the button slightly scales down, giving a subtle pressed feel. Every time something changes, we invalidate the control so it redraws smoothly. The apply region method is what turns a rectangle into a pill. Instead of drawing a fake rounded shape, we actually change the clickable region of the button. The radius is calculated from the button's height, which guarantees perfect pill proportions even when the button is resized. That shape is built inside Create Pill. This method creates a graphics path using two half circles on the left and right, connected by straight edges. This path is reused for the region, the glow, the fill, and the border, so everything stays perfectly aligned. Now the draw method. This is the visual core of the button. First, the rectangle is slightly shrunk to make room for the glow. Then we apply a scale transform so the button can smoothly press in when clicked. After that, we draw three layers in order: the glowing outline, the filled background, and the border. Finally, the text is drawn centered using text renderer so it stays crisp and readable. The on-paint method ties everything together. We enable anti-aliasing for smooth edges, update the glow animation, and then draw the button. This method runs automatically whenever the button needs to repaint. Finally, animate, glow. This controls the breathing glow effect while the button is pressed. The glow intensity smoothly moves up and down between two values, creating a soft pulse instead of a harsh flicker. And that's it. With just one normal WinForms button and a reusable glow effect class, you get a modern, animated, pill-shaped button that feels responsive, polished, and completely custom, without creating a custom control from scratch. Now let's look at how we actually use the pill glow button on a real WinForms button. For this we need a second button on our form. So just copy the existing or take a new one from the toolbox. No need to modify the properties. We set the text to Hello Pillow Glow and apply a simple Sego UI font. At this point, this button is still 100% standard WinForms, nothing special yet. Next, we create a new instance of Pill Glow button. This is not a control, it's a visual behavior that will attach to the button. Think of it like a skin or an effect layer. Inside the initializer, we customize the look. Fill color defines the main body of the button. Border color controls the outline, keeping the edges clean and readable. Glow color sets the color of the animated glow, which in this case makes the button feel more energetic and alive. Pulse speed controls how fast the glow animation reacts, so increasing it makes the button feel more dynamic. The most important line comes at the end. With Attach Button 2, we connect this glow effect to the button. From this moment on, the button keeps all its normal WinForms behavior, focus, clicks, keyboard input, but visually it is completely transformed. This is the key idea behind the whole system. You don't replace buttons. You upgrade them. That means you can take any existing WinForms project, attach a glow effect like this, and instantly make your UI feel modern without rewriting your application logic. Next up is the Circle Glow button. At first glance, it seems simple, just a circle, right? Wrong. Circular buttons are deceptively hard to get right. But let's create and see after that. The challenge is symmetry. This button actively enforces a perfect circle, taking the smallest side of its rectangle and ensuring that nothing ever distorts. The glow, as before, is animated, but this time it follows a circular path, enhancing visual harmony. Hovering the mouse strengthens the glow instantly, and pressing the button scales it down gently. The interaction feels responsive, intuitive, and premium. Another subtle but crucial feature is the clickable region. Only the visible circle responds to clicks. Everything outside is ignored. It's a small detail that makes the button feel polished and professional. Circle Glow button is ideal for floating actions, icons, or any scenario where focus and elegance are key. You already have a working Pill Glow button. We are not rewriting anything. We are not touching animations, glow logic, or mouse handling. We are simply copying it and changing the geometry. Step 1. Create a copy of the class. Duplicate the existing Pill Glow button class file. Rename the file to Circle Glow button. Inside the file, rename the class itself to Circle Glow button. Nothing else yet. Step 2. Optional visual defaults. If you want the circle to look visually different by default, you can change the default fill and glow colors. This step is purely cosmetic. Skipping it will not affect functionality. Step 3. Force a perfect square drawing area. A circle only works correctly if width and height are equal. So instead of using the full button rectangle, you now calculate a square based on the smaller side. That square is then centered inside the button. This guarantees a perfect circle even if the button itself is rectangular. Step 4. Remove the pill shape logic. The pill shape is based on rounded ends and arcs. That logic is no longer needed. Anywhere the pill path was created, you remove that usage. Step 5. Replace it with a circle shape. Instead of building a pill path, you now build a simple circular path based on the square rectangle. No radius calculations. No corner logic. Just a clean circle. Step 6. Update the clickable region. The region defines where clicks are allowed. You repeat the same square enforcement here. Then apply the circular path as the controls region. This ensures clicks only register inside the visible circle, not the transparent corners. That's it. You do not touch the animation timing the glow rendering mouse enter or leave logic pulse speed scaling the base class. Everything else stays exactly the same. Final rule to remember. Nothing about behavior changes. Only the shape changes. Once you understand this, you can reuse the same logic to create squares, rounded rectangles, hexagons, or any custom button shape you want. Now let's use the circle glow button. First, we take a completely normal WinForms button. Nothing special. No custom control. Just a standard button dropped on the form. We set the button text and font like we normally would. This part stays familiar on purpose. Next, we create a new circle glow button instance. This object is not the button itself, it is the visual behavior that gets attached to the button. Here we define how the circle should look. The fill color controls the main body of the button. The border color defines the outline. The glow color defines the animated light effect around the button. Pulse speed controls how fast the glow animation breathes. Lower values feel smooth and calm. Higher values feel more energetic. Finally, we attach the glow behavior to the button. At this moment, the magic happens. The button instantly becomes circular. The glow animation activates. Mouse interaction is handled automatically. And that's it. You did not subclass a button. You did not override paint events. You did not touch animation timers. You simply attached a behavior. That means the same glow effect can be reused on any button, anywhere in your app, with different colors and speeds. In this part, we're going to create a square glow button by reusing the pill glow button you already built. Important rule first, we do not rewrite everything. We copy the class and only change the geometry. Step 1. Duplicate the Pill Glow button class file. Do not edit the original. Rename the file and the class to Square Glow button. At this point, nothing visually changes yet, that's expected. Step 2. Leave all properties exactly as they are. Pulse speed, colors, glow size, border thickness, animation values, all of that stays untouched. This guarantees that the behavior feels identical. Step 3. Go to the Attach method. Remove anything that modifies the controls region. A square button does not need a custom region, so we stop shaping the clickable area. The Resize handler now only needs to trigger a redraw. No shape calculation happens here anymore. Step 4. Move to the drawing logic. This is where the actual shape changes. Instead of creating a pill-shaped path, we now define a rectangular path. No radius. No curves. Just a clean rectangle that matches the button's client area. Everything else stays the same. Glow is drawn the same way. Fill is drawn the same way. Border is drawn the same way. Text rendering is unchanged. Step 5. Leave the animation logic exactly as it is. Mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse down, mouse up, none of that changes. The glow pulse behavior remains consistent across all button types. At this point, you're done. What you've learned here is the most important rule of this series: behavior and visuals are separated. The glow logic does not care about the shape. Only the drawing path defines what the button looks like. Now let's wire up the Square Glow button. We start with a normal WinForms button again. Nothing special, just a standard button placed on the form. First, we set the text and font. This keeps the button consistent with the rest of the UI and makes sure the label is readable inside the shape. Next, we create a new instance of the Square Glow button. Just like with the other glow buttons, this is not a control, it's a visual behavior that will be attached to an existing button. Here we define the visual style. The fill color controls the main body of the square. The border color defines the outline around it. The glow color controls the animated light effect that surrounds the button. Pulse speed controls how fast the glow animation runs. A higher value makes the glow feel more energetic and reactive. Finally, we attach the Square Glow behavior to the button. At this moment, the button keeps its rectangular shape, but gains the glow animation, press scaling, and hover feedback automatically. No subclassing. No custom designer control. No duplicated animation code. You're reusing the same system, just with a different shape. And that's the power of this setup. So let's create some new buttons and attach the style to them. So very easy to create your own UIs. Now, before we reach the grand finale, let's summarize what we've learned from these 3 buttons. First, shape matters. Each button has a distinct geometry, pill, circle, or square, that communicates a different personality. Second, glow is not decoration, it's interaction. Pulsing, hover intensity, and scaling make the button feel alive. Third, transparency and anti-aliasing ensure that buttons blend seamlessly into modern UI designs. Finally, interaction feedback, the subtle scaling and immediate glow response, elevates perceived quality dramatically. These 3 buttons lay the foundation for modern, dynamic interfaces. They teach us the rules of visual language, motion, and user attention. And now, we arrive at the climax, the magic button. This is not just a glowing button. It is alive, reactive, and cinematic. I prepared it all ready for you to have more time to check the functions. It combines all the principles we've seen: perfect shape control, pulse glow, responsive scaling, but adds a layer of drama. The magic button can explode on click. Not literally, of course, but visually, with configurable particle effects. Classic bursts, colorful showers, even shattering glass effects, all fully animated and organic. Each particle has its own motion, rotation, and fade out, making the explosion feel natural and satisfying. The button temporarily disables itself during the effect, then restores perfectly, leaving a lasting impression of quality. It can be a circle, a rectangle, or a rounded pill, fully configurable, and every detail, from glow color to animation speed, is adjustable. This button is meant for moments that matter: confirmations, final actions, dramatic transitions. It is the pinnacle of the Glow Effect Base series, showing exactly what is possible when motion, glow, shape, and interaction come together. The magic button is not just a control, it's an experience. And there we have it. Pill buttons, circle buttons, square buttons. And of course, the showstopper, the magic button. We've covered shapes, glow, scaling, hover effects, and even those cinematic particle explosions. By now, you should have a good sense of how small details, pulse, transparency, interaction feedback, can completely transform the feel of a button. Remember, buttons aren't just click targets, they're a way to communicate with your users. Each shape tells a story. Each glow and animation gives life and personality. And now you have a full toolbox to make your WinForms UI feel modern, reactive, and polished. But this is just the beginning. I want to hear from you. Which control should we take to the next level? Maybe a drop-down, a slider, or something completely unexpected? Drop your ideas in the comments, I read every single one, and your suggestions could inspire the next tutorial. So take a moment, experiment with these buttons in your project, tweak the colors, the glow, the animations, and really make them your own. Then come back and share what you built. I guarantee it's going to look amazing. Thanks for sticking with me through this part of the series. Next time, we're taking everything we've learned from buttons and applying it to text and labels, animated, glowing, and full of life. Until then, keep coding, keep experimenting, and as always, have fun building modern WinForms interfaces.